Hi, this is the Price Action Analyst. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm just looking at Bitcoin. I do all my analysis of cryptocurrencies in terms of Bitcoin as opposed to the US dollar. So I just wrote a big commentary online about why that is. It's the sort of investment philosophy of my channel and of my service, is that I'm looking for cryptocurrencies that are appreciating in terms of an asset that is itself appreciating or at least holding its value. So relative to the US dollar, for people that don't know, is something that is constantly decreasing in value, and the rate of that decrease is speeding up. And this is primarily because the government is now just printing copious amounts of money. I think the last time I saw the figure, it's up to 10 trillion, which is, what's the word I'm looking for? I forget when something is just not unthinkable, but just, I mean, it's just, it's unfathomable as to what they're doing. It's craziness. And so the debasement of the currency means that the consumers lose, basically. Everyone that is earning and spending that dollar is poorer off for that. But, you know, that's sort of the economics and the politics of the reason. The sort of analytical reason is that really, if you're looking at a crypto and it's devaluing relative to the US dollar, I wouldn't even consider it. Like, it's losing money compared to something that's losing value. If you had a cryptocurrency that is a flat line relative to the US dollar, you're still losing money in terms of your real purchasing power. So, you know, we're trying to measure things that are good stores of value. So gold is another one. And I've given the commentary in that big reply that I just wrote on one of the questions in one of my videos. You know, houses are a good example. If you look at houses, you know, as someone who studied economics, like, I'm like, why is the housing market, why are the house prices still, you know, over the last decade, why are they still going up with all the economic factors, you know, the baby boomers selling up and moving to retirement homes, and the people that are subsequently buying not being able to afford it, not being as great in number, and now the economy slowing, blah, blah. The thing is, if you look at the house prices in terms of gold, they are going down. And gold, you know, when you look at a chart of gold, and it takes a while to do this. You know, most people are like, wow, gold's going up. Gold is not going up necessarily. The value of the thing that it's measured in is going down. That's the US dollar. So, you know, if you have investments in silver and gold and you see them going up, that's great. But it's also ominous because, you know, what you're seeing is a destruction of the dollar. So anyways, so the problem with that approach, I was just thinking, is if Bitcoin is tanking, then yeah, you might have, you know, if you're looking at analysis here and stuff's going up to Bitcoin, it's relative to Bitcoin, it's at 10,000 and it's going down to 4,000, sure, then the crypto coins are going to be going up. And in that amount of time, the dollar's not going to lose, you know, half its value. You need to take that into consideration when that happens, I guess. But, you know, long term, I am a believer that Bitcoin is something that will appreciate, as is gold, as will oil. I think gold, oil, and Bitcoin are going to make all-time highs in the near future. Just like people didn't see oil going to minus whatever the price was when the contracts were closing at that month, I don't think people see that oil is going to be more expensive than it ever has been. And gold, I mean, gold, you can see it. Gold's very close. Gold's not far away from testing the all-time high of 1900. Bitcoin's a bit further away, but so this is why I was looking at Bitcoin. And I've done other videos on Bitcoin. Basically, you know, you had a downtrend here. punched out of that, and then you had a black swan in the COVID event, and then it's pushed out of that. And like silver, this is a V spike out, and so this is very bullish to me. So prices moved up. Sorry about that. Price has moved up and is consolidating, and now is breaking out. And Ethereum's doing the same thing. I've just done a video on that. So this is very bullish. And again, you'd expect this, right? Because I know that Bitcoin is so prolific now that the major banks have stakes in this too, right? If you've read about this stuff, if you've read about the problems that cryptography solved, and that the mathematics behind Bitcoin solved, and the fact that blockchain is being used in so many applications outside of cryptocurrency, blockchain is like a future technology. It is, and again, I'm not an expert in this, but I think it will be as prolific as the internet and the TV were. Like, this is a game-changing technology. So I don't believe any of this is going away. And so, you know, that's my underlying expectation for Bitcoin. And given what's happening with the money printing and the silver price and the gold price going up, it's no surprise that you're now seeing this in Bitcoin, and Ethereum is another major altcoin. Like, they are sort of staging the same breakout. So that is my projection for this breakout. That is the breakout. I think that's ultimately where it's going to get to. So I'm going to title this video, you know, something about Bitcoin's next move being 1200 or something like that, because, you know, I think this move is going to push past these highs, and then this is the next area of selling support, and so that brings us up to about 12.4. So I'll say 12,000 to be safe. But that's it for Bitcoin. This is on the way up now, I think. And again, this V spike's very bullish, and so the low probability event is for price to roll over and come and test these lows. Like, it would be, it's possible, but not from my experience. That's not what's going to happen here. So, you know, you can go back and look at my videos, and I think I was a bit uncertain here, but then I started to be like, no, this price action is looking very bullish to me, and so it's coiled up here and it's pushed out. So go and look at Ethereum. Ethereum is pushed hard. Like, this breakout doesn't stay small for very well. I think you could see some big buying bars here, but that's Bitcoin's away. So if you were gonna buy it, if you wanted to buy it here, you could. Just the moment you see a big buying bar, now it's very late. Like, if we get one of these tomorrow, it's kind of late in the game. This is a little bit late. You know, this bar here, the break of this bar is 9448, 9449, say, and we're at 9589. So it's fine. But yeah, go look at Ethereum. That's what I'm expecting. What else can I tell you? That's it, basically. Sorry, I just felt like having a bit of rant about Bitcoin and the US dollar. I don't like to say too much on YouTube because of all the censorship and that sort of jazz, but, you know, I don't know most people's reasons for being in crypto, but mine was very much like, I've been aware of this. I'm an economist, and I'm also libertarian, so I've been listening to people talk about crypto and the banking system and what's happening, but the COVID stuff really spurred me into action. I was like, okay, we're gonna, you know, I got into crypto, I got into alternative investments because I guess it was out of a fear, but the government's gonna do what the government wants to do. Like, you know, people are walking around wearing masks. Government is very powerful. So if you read about what tricks they have next, you know, inflation, interest rates are at zero, basically. They're printing money. You know, the next tool, the only real tool they've got next is negative interest rates. And so you need to have digital currency to implement something like that. So the writing's on the wall here. So that's my, again, I'm trying not to say too much, but that's my motivation for being in the crypto space. Crypto is also international, right? You can get on a plane and go anywhere, and you've got access to this stuff. You can send it anywhere, not instantaneously, but very quickly. And there's no like banking fees or banking checks or stuff like that. So, yeah, and I mean that the move away from that, I guess, is political. But if you're a big bank and you're buying Bitcoin, it's not so much a political thing. It's just a factual thing. Like the US dollar is being debased. So the gold, all the buying in gold, all this, the buying that I think you're about to see in Bitcoin, that's people are getting out of, a bucket with a hole in it. So, anyways, I'll just leave it there. Again, I'm trying not to say too much about that, but it'd be interesting to talk about people about why they're in the crypto space. I enjoy it. It's for sure. It's really interesting, and I think this is going to be a prolific. This is like the internet in '99, kind of. I think Bitcoin. You were a very early mover in Bitcoin when it was, say, under $1. Like you were a really, really early mover. And I remember hearing about Bitcoin when it was $33. I think that was like 2013. And so obviously a lot of people got into it. It went to 19,000. But even with that big move, and again, I think it will go past that, but I think like the altcoins, all of you people investing in like altcoins and that, you are innovators. You're very early on in the piece, I think. Like, when 99.9% of people that are not in this space realize that there's a problem with the dollar, it's going to be way too late. And so I think, and you're seeing it in the cryptocurrency space, right? With all the coins that are, I've got an alert list for ideal entry alerts, which is at give me a sec. 14 cryptocurrencies are on that. So I've got 14 cryptos from my model portfolio that all look like they're about to stage breakouts. So, there's a lot going on in this space. I think it's a good time to be in this space. I don't think the stock market is necessarily, well, it's hard to find things breaking out in the stock market. Like when I trade stocks, it doesn't seem to be, the prices don't seem to be as bullish. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's a good time to be in this space. Fundamentally it makes sense. But the other thing is, what I'm trying to say is a lot of people feel that they missed out on the Bitcoin thing. I don't think you've seen, like with the altcoins, I think you're going to see, in 10 years time, you'll be like, gee, I remember when ZIL was whatever it's at now and stuff like that. So, I still think that for all the people listening and doing the crypto stuff, that we're still early in the piece here. And so anyways, I'm going to end that there because I'm just ranting now. But yeah, I expect Bitcoin to at least get to 12,000, and then maybe even that last high is 14. So 12 to 14. And if this is a strong move up, you'll get some weakness here and a consolidation. But if you get a push out, then it's 17, and I think 19, and I think, again, there's no reason why I wouldn't say the same thing about Bitcoin that I'm saying about gold and silver and oil. I think, it's going to be partly inflation driven, but the prices are going up. If you're valuing this stuff in US dollar, the prices are going up. Anyways, thanks very much for watching and listening to my rants. If you like this video, please like it. Please subscribe to the channel. And if you're interested in seeing the model portfolio or getting entry alerts for crypto, please consider subscribing to my new service. And the details are in the description box. Thanks a lot.